What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy SJ Life and Science for coming through and boosting up the coin. So we covered this half yesterday, but then the mutts came back and it was making too much noise and took me off my stride. So we're going to go back over it and Roses do some more. For those of you who don't know, Ben Whittaker was arrested in Saudi Arabia for smashing a phone at the airport and was hauled away by security hours after. Bizarre, jacking end to the fight. We have an eyewitness account of what happened. Oh, they got his foot in there as well. That's mad. Look at this cat's foot. There's nothing wrong with his foot. There's no swelling at all. Anyway, I've digressed. Let's get to the point. You know what I mean? Let's cut this guy quickly. What makes me laugh about this cat here, yeah? This dude be wearing them big platform boots all the time, right? Big platform boots. But because he light skin, like David Hay, light skinned Donnies don't just take their licks, you know. They won't just suck the licks up and think, you know what? Let me put one of them big platform boots that I've been wearing and just be humble with it. What did Big Toe Hay do? Oh, look at my big toe, folks. Look at my painted pretty toes. It's my big toe. That's the problem. No shame. He should have kept his head down. He should have thought, you know what? The last thing I need to do now is bring any attention to myself. Let me put a big shoe on. Instead, he's got his feet out, no socks on, all loose. He's got slippers on. Slippers on. That's what he's got on. Slippers. That's what he thought was appropriate. And he's trying to brook a fight with a fan. Make this make sense, people. Only in a light skin, no daddy at home looking ass mind would someone think it's acceptable to brook fight whilst you're in a wheelchair / got a bum leg allegedly, just jumped out of the ring in a fight. Who think that way? If it was me, I got some shame. I'd think, damn man, I don't want to be. I want to keep my head down, right? He should have put them long grabby jeans he normally wears on. Yeah, put some of that shabby chic swag on. Get some. Tell a lie. He should have come in with a full burqa. That's what he should. That's how. Based on how he performed, he should have left Saudi in a burqa, man. Ain't no one trying to see his face. He should have left off the map. Yeah? Ain't no one trying to see his sorry looking ass. Who want to see his... Get him out of here, man. That's what I'd have told him. Anyway, so that's what happened. We've got an eyewitness account who comments on what happened. And I want to get to, which I didn't do yesterday, his actual reaction. I want to spend some time on that. Let's get to it. The witness told The Sun, I spotted Ben Whittaker coming through security, and then a fan who had a boxing t-shirt on went up with his phone and went to take a photo. Ben said, don't take no photos of me, and snatched the phone out of his hand and smashed it straight onto the floor. This is what I'm trying to tell you about the no daddies at homes. Because if you got a daddy at home, you'd have learned early on in life. How old's Ben Whittaker? 25 plus? He's 25 and he hasn't learnt cause and effect. He hasn't learned cause and effect. Because when he was at home with his mum, he did what he wanted to do. Hey mum, I'm doing this tonight. I'm not doing that tonight. Daddy. Oh, damn, I best stay tight, man. I best stay tight and think about my actions. And how they impact the world around me. Because, bosh! Otherwise, a bosh might clip me upside my head. That's what they call staying tight. Yeah? That's what a man brings to a house. I best stay tight. Otherwise, bosh! Ben ain't had that at home, in my opinion, allegedly. Some people are saying. He ain't had that. That's why he out here acting buck wild. Punching holes in the wall after he quit. No one asked you to quit. No one asked you to quit. You quit. Mad about what? You quit. Personal responsibility. I chose to quit. I got nothing to be angry about. He should have been smiling if I'm honest. Hey, I didn't get knocked out tonight, which is the way it was going. He should have been celebrating. Nothing to be mad about. He mad. It's that the way it comes across to me. It's that frustration. Oh, my daddy wasn't at home with me. That's the kind of frustration it comes across as, right? You're 25-year-old knocking on 30-year-old, and you're smashing walls. It's not even your gaff like that. This is teenager. This is teenager, adolescent, daddy wasn't there problems. That's how it's coming across to me. Oh, a fan comes up. Oh, smash the phone, girl. I'm smashing the phone because I'm angry. Oh, right? You're a grown-ass man. You're supposed to be an idol. Ben Whittaker's one of them cats who no doubt puts out the Instagram posts. Idol and successes. You know them corny Instagram posts. Like, oh, success is the way to... Oh, a successful man. All that kind of Andrew Tate shtick. He'd be one of them posting all that kind of stuff out there. Ben. Yeah? Ben. What part of all them positive picture things you be putting out is punching a hole in the wall after you quit and smashing someone who really... that guy there was probably your last fan. That's how you treat your last fan on this planet. No one else ain't your fan. And in fact, let me get to this comment before I carry on cooking this dude. This was a comment someone made, and I think it sums up Ben Whittaker. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's rarely I say this. But this bar here, peep this one. Ben's the type of dude who doesn't want to rehydrate before the fight because he wants to look ripped for the cameras and the ring walk. That's a little... Come on, man. That's Ben Grid. He don't want to rehydrate. He wants to be bone dry lean so he can take all the nice pretty looking photos. Get him out of here. The minute things don't start going his way, when you're brought up in a single parent household, when it's a woman in particular, and a white woman at that, some people say, it's not even... Listen, if you're a single parent and you grew up with a yardie mummy, yeah, you're probably tight. You probably know what's up and down. But when you grow up in a single parent, Caucasian mummy, they ain't put you in check. They overcompensating. Yeah, they're overcompensating because daddy ain't at home. So you don't know what's right and... Ben don't know what's right and wrong. They say that your dad's around. I don't believe so. Not in the fundamental years. He probably popped up. I don't know. I'm just making it up allegedly. Some people are saying. Reportedly. Yeah? But he probably popped up when Ben was on at 20 or something. But when in them foundation years, when he was 5 years old, running buck wild and I want this, I don't want that. Don't tell me what to do. Oops. You've now got a 25, and this summarises society as a whole and the way it's going, for sure. You've got a bunch of men, 25, 30 years old, who are really, they're stuck at 15-year-old. They're stuck at 15-year-old, don't want to take no responsibility for their actions. And also, no humility as well. No humility. Just sit there, it's all about them childlike reactions. Oh, I'm angry, so everyone's got to see now. I've got to kick up a big fuss. I've got to scream and shout and make it all about me. Rather than keep your head down and say, hey, fan, I appreciate you looking for a picture because I'm down right now. And no one want my picture and you want my picture. I appreciate that. One love, brother. You know what I mean? That's the bars he should have been coming with. Super duper respectful is what he should have been on. And he would have been on if daddy was home. Yeah? So he crying out right now. He's saying, Daddy, where are you, man? You left me and my Caucasian mum and he was out there. We was strung out, man. Where are you? He's calling that right now. That's what this is here. He's signalling. He's signalling for his dad. He needs some discipline. That's what he needs. Because all them dudes in his corner telling him to stay down and act a fool, essentially. The corner guy said to him, stay down and act injured. So even though he's got all these men, 50-year-old men around him, they ain't daddy. Yeah, they ain't daddy. Because I'd have told him, I'll be your daddy, that's for sure. I'll be your daddy. That's what would have happened in that corner. Bosh, tie your shoe up, man. Tie your shoe up right now. Get your big 6'3" light skin looking ass up now and tie that shoe up. Here's some tape. I'll be fair to Ben. I'd have put some tape on his boot. I'd have taped that boot up real tight for him. Go out there and fight now. Fight for what you do or don't want. If you want it, people... Like I told you the other day, how many times has Ben Whittaker knocked someone out? In sparring or in a fight, plenty of times. And that is what you signed up for. You signed to fight Liam Cameron for 10 rounds. And that's what you'll finish doing with me in this corner, with Daddy at home. You'll be fighting. And if it's your day to travel on the journey that you've sent, how many people have Ben Whittaker knocked out before? Ben Whittaker box rack. Oh, come on, man. 5 KOs. Okay, you can't punch for toffee, but his principle is still the same. 60% of 62% of people Ben Whittaker's fought is knocked out. So I'd have told him. Like the other 62% of 5 people you've knocked out in your career, and you sent on their journey to the pearly gates of Valhalla, that's what you'll do. It's time to eat now. I'll never forget what Daniel Dubois' trainer was saying to him in the Joe Joyce fight. Martin Bowers, I think it is. Or Martin, or something like that. He said, listen, Dan, this is the fight game. We're here now. We're in a fight now. These new age guys don't get it. These new age guys don't get it, man. They don't get it. They think it's something. They think it's for the Instagram. They think it's the TikTok highlights on the bag. That's what they think. I want it. I'm going to call it a spade a spade. They think that. The old school heads got it. They knew what they was fully aware of what they was embarking on. These new age cats, they think is everything but the actual fight. That's what they think. And then when they end up in a fight, it's like, ooh, no one told me about this. Joby Clayton, Mr. Running with no trainers on, he didn't tell me about how I might actually have to fight one day. And Ben was talking about it instead. Anyway, he went on here. Ben stepped up towards him. So Ben said, don't take no photos of me, and snatched the phone out of his hand and smashed it straight on the floor. And again, entitlement. Yeah, entitlement. When daddy's at home, you learn real quickly, man. You ain't entitled to but to breed. Well, back in the day, at least, these new age parents, man, they fell off, in my opinion. From what I've observed, they fell off, man. Yeah, you have to kind of pander. In a new age, if you're not pandering to the whims of every single child's immediate need, oh, you're child abusing. Listen, back in the true times, as long as you was fed, washed, and had a roof over your head, man, you be fine. Yeah, that's all you need. Washed, fed, and a roof over your head. You best believe it. So this cat's entitled. He think he can just strut around, stinking the place out like that. I mean, he was always known as arrogant, but when you're winning, it's like, okay, he's just a prima donna. But now you're losing, and you're still trying to give it the big I am, and entitled to just doing what you want. He needs to be brought back to earth, and he should have really learnt this, like I said, in the formative years. From years 5 to 10, he should have been learnt. That's what he'd have been learnt with me. He'd learnt quick as well. He wouldn't. Ben to me seems hard-headed. Again, he's brought up doing things his own way. He does what he wants. He'd learnt with me quick. He'd have been tight in this house. With Papa YB, he'd have been tight, man. Yes, sir. 2 bags full, sir. You best believe it. That homework's done, sir. 100%. No doubt about these bars. It goes on. Ben stepped towards him, looked like he was going to punch him, and some of Ben's team looked like he was going to punch him. Ben, you're not punching nothing, man. You're not punching nothing. I remember once, years ago, I was at some game store. You know where people buy PlayStation games? And some Donny was in there with his mum, making a big fuss. Mum, I want this game. No, I want this game. You said this, you said that. Wow. And people, obviously, you especially the new age. The new age just gets, every generation gets worse and worse, more entitled. And if they don't get what they want, they're kicking off. And you're seeing it now, especially with young boys in single mum households, or the dads. Even if the dad's there, that most men are cut these days. They're worried about, oh, they might go to the school and tell the teacher. I couldn't give a fuck. You're going to be tight in this house, is what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. And if the teacher want to come and talk, I'll make her tight as well, or him. You can all be tight. You can all sit there and be tight together. You understand? That's what we need to do. Spare the rod. You best believe that bar. They've been telling you that for centuries? What's the one after that? Millenniums. They've been trying to pass you on the game. I'll give you abuse in a minute. You'll know, trust me, man. You'll know real well and real soon. You know that about there won't be no explanation. Trust me. By the time I finish with his ass, you won't need no doctor to diagnose it. It'll be damn obvious. Oh damn, he got that one. Anyway, where was I? Ben stopped towards him. Looked like he was. It's all that fronting as well. It's that fronting. It's like you can do something. He didn't do nothing, did he? It's that trying to be trying to hard signal. Oh, I'm really hard. I could go. I could get him. I'm going to get him. You ain't going to do nothing. That's what you're not going to do. Because we saw what you were going to do. You had 10 rounds to show what you was going to do and how hard you was. And instead you chose to pick on a fan who just wants to... Well, an indoctrinated fan, but either way, a corny dude who wants your photo. And you trying to be hard with him. Ben's team had to jump in between them. And it got really heated. And I bet the thing is about Ben's team, I bet Ben's team was shouting at the fan. They were shilling their bass. Yeah, or like the naughty child who gets taken to school and the mums are always like, oh, it's not him, he's the good one. Knowing he battled, they don't even, these parents are so indoctrinated, they don't even know they don't know where up is. Yeah? They couldn't tell good if it slapped them in the face because they've been so abused. I think it's abused the other way, if I'm honest. Children in the main, they abuse adults these days. They know how to play the game. Yeah? They know how to play the game. They know what they're doing. Yeah? All they got to do is go to school and make some story up. Oh, this happened, that happened. All of a sudden, Uncle Sam trying to be all in your shit. Do you understand? So they know what they're doing. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, I was saying, I bet Ben's team was half backing him. Like, yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No humility. Shilling their bays. Oh, not my son. No, he's good. He quit. I'd have told Ben, hey, you handle that, man. If you want to punch him up, that's on you. I'm not holding you back. I'm not hard signalling for you no more. Pretend you can do something. You didn't do nothing. I'd bet Ben won't do nothing. Slapping someone's phone out their hand is like, I don't know. It's like pinching someone and running off. It's just a bit weak. He didn't really want it like that. And besides, I thought he was in a wheelchair. I thought he had a bum leg. This guy's full of contradictions. Here is Ben's statement on the matter. They initially had their passports taken off them. Ben said he would pay for the phone and they were allowed to go on the flight. This is the statement from Ben. Whittaker said he was fuming at first, but then calmed down once security were involved. This is what I'm saying. Oops. Oh, AB, you've been ranting for 20 minutes. You know what you're talking about. Oops. The minute that authority comes in, it doesn't matter whether if you're 5 years old and dad is at home, you learn that. Yeah, you don't even have to get to that point where you're acting buck wild because you've been given that restraint as a child and then bonds in your brain have developed. Oh, it's time to act like an adult. But when you haven't, when you've been running buck wild and screaming and running around the place, all out of control. Oh, I've got ADHD. I'll give you ADHD in a minute. That's what I'll tell you. For sure, you definitely have ADHD by the time I finish with you. You understand, people? These things didn't exist 40 years ago. How's that possible? How is it possible? All these things, oh, it's not their fault. They can't help themselves but act buck wild. I don't believe it. I don't. What's changed is, bash. That's what's changed. For damn sure. Too soft. Too much I want, and 100%. I'll give you something you want in a minute. That's what will happen. Yeah? Should be seen, not heard. What don't you understand about that bar? Millennials old bar. What don't you understand? Seen, not heard. Bash. Anyway, he was fuming at first, but then calmed down once security, aka Daddy, was involved. This is well documented, folks. Yeah? Feral children, they know who they can play with. He tried to punk the dude, the fan there. The fan for him is just another punk. Like his mum, essentially. Bash with your phone. When security turn up, because a real unfettered animal, a real Nefanderal who just want to fight. I've seen it before in the clubs. There was a famous guy, a big narco boss or something like that. And he was out on a town. I don't know, he must have been drunk or enraged, some other how. Anyway, the filth came out, the police came out. And it's on CCTV, he was just having a go. I'm not saying it's right, but you could at least say fair play to him. Whoever he tried to fight with in the club, he was just on it. Nefanderalian. He couldn't help himself. Just raw, unfettered animal instincts. Fair play. But when you can kick off at a vulnerable fan, essentially, someone who's corny, right? That's a corny guy, come on now. he corny. If you coming up asking for pictures, you corny. So if you can kick off at an estrogenic, corny fan who essentially resembles a woman, then when security turn up, you could have rolled around on the floor with security, right? If you was really just lost your head. But how is it these individuals, these no daddy at homes, are able to, all of a sudden, they're kicking off. You saw it. He was fuming. He was fuming and he was kicking off. What did they say earlier? We read it out. He was fuming and he was about to punch him and he was all buck wild. But then calmed down once security were involved. Wow, fascinating that is, isn't it? Thought you'd lost the plot. Oh, you hadn't lost the plot. You hadn't lost the plot. You just thought there was someone vulnerable you could violate. That's what you thought. That's what you thought. That's what you've been taught to do since you was 5 years old. Because daddy wasn't at home, in my opinion, allegedly. Because I'm not being funny, he ain't 15, right? Come on now, he's 25-year-old. Look at all these youths running around the street with a blade and the Gordon Ramsay. No daddy at home, man. Yeah? No daddy at home. Where was it? Here we go. He looked quite chilled out towards the end. Of course he got chilled out. Security chilled his ass out. Brought him back to reality. That's what's been missing from his life. No one's ever brought him back down to reality, which is the point of this video. Anyway, Whittaker made a statement, said this was a really unfortunate event, and I'm grateful to the gentleman. Yeah, all of a sudden now he's acting right. All of a sudden now, things got serious. He escalated it there. He could have just... What's wrong with saying to a fan, hey bro, sorry, no pictures today, for obvious reasons. You don't have to slap someone's phone out their hand. That's what humility or even humanity would do. Who do you think you are to slap someone's phone out their hand? Given that, don't forget, you're the one who claims you're the second coming of Christ. You're the 3 million Instagram followers and you're the big I am. Come to the territory. You ain't got to slap no one's phone. Now all of a sudden, the security got you tight. This was a really unfortunate event and I'm grateful to the gentleman that he sat down to talk about it straight afterwards and accept. Now you're apologising. Oh, now you right. Now you sorry. Now you humbled. So what this is showing is, it takes someone, he needs some authority in his life because he can act right. That makes sense. If them corner dudes wasn't sucking him off and pandering to him, yeah, act injured and yeah, stay down, Ben, stay down, play it out. If someone was in that corner saying, hey, Ben, it's the fight game, man, put that shoe on. We got work to do. Win or lose. Yeah? Win, lose, or get sent to Valhalla. We got a job to do. We signed up for it, man. We're going to finish this job. That's what we're going to do. He act right. But left to his own devices, you can't. This guy's, I think he's about 11 years old, psychologically speaking. He might be 27 year old in his body, but psychologically, look at the behaviour here. It's an 11-year-old that wants some guidance from daddy. That's what I'm seeing here. Nothing to do with me. I didn't ask him to act wild and punching walls and slapping fans' phones. Unfortunately, I can't comment further on the video. I haven't seen it. In any case, we are in touch about replacing the phone and coming along to a future event as our guest. And all these things could have been done beforehand, right? He could have said to the fan, hey man, I'm not taking a photo, but as a gesture, I appreciate you coming up and trying to show some love. Why don't you come to my fight? Now all of us, now you want a virtue signal. After you mashed man's phone up and gave man an awful experience, now you're trying to be all virtuous. That's whack. That'd be real humility. Well, that'd be just a good person. Hey bro, I don't want to take a photo, but come to my fight. I appreciate you showing up and supporting me, essentially. Oops. Instead, you're backpedaling because of your behaviour. But I don't blame Ben. If that makes sense. It's not his fault. Yeah, when a man gets to 25-year-old and he's still 11-year-old psychologically, something went wrong there. Them early years done cooked his mind and he acting buck wild. And it takes someone like Liam Cameron or I said it before, I said he's one of the only people to say it. That's a fact, it's documented. I said it's an accident waiting to happen. Oops. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe. Let off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. People, stop it.